I have created
the most advanced AI soldier.
The wait is over. Tron Ares now streaming on Disney+.
We are looking for something you've discovered. And some of us will stop at nothing to get it.
Ready?
The countdown is complete.
There's no going back.
Our directive is clear.
Hang on!
Tron Ares now streaming on Disney+. Rated PG-13.
Live, Laugh, Larceny discusses true petty crimes that may be disturbing to some.
Or could be easy listening to all you psychopaths out there.
All stories are based on actual events, but details may vary.
Listener discretion is not advised.
Live,
Laugh,
Larceny. Welcome to Live, Laugh, Larceny. Close your eyes and plug your nose. It's time to go down on America. And we're getting a mouthful of Florida. It's Florida February, and this is Trevin.
And I'm Amanda, and I'm already blushing. So this episode, I feel like is about to get spicy, but we'll see.
It is.
So Trevin, Florida February, we have made it. We are back to our normal episodes, everyone.
Where'd the dramatics go?
They're back.
Right here.
They're
right
back, baby. Here they are. Don't leave us a 2-star review or I will find you. But Trevin,
Yes.
what is your dreadful dilemma this week?
My dreadful dilemma is a dilemma I've had before, but of course, it can span to just about anything. I have become a victim of marketing.
Okay. What happened? Because we've had a few of these where... Oh! Is that a buzzball?
I don't know about you, but I've been watching a little bit of true crime documentaries lately.
Oh my God. What is that?
This is a berry cherry limeade buzzball.
Buzzball!
You're right.
Okay,
Yep.
I was right. Okay. Uh-huh.
Would you like some?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Margarita 2 upstairs if you want it.
Berry cherry limeade. Okay, uh-huh. Whew, I'm not a good drinker like I used to be.
I was going to say, I would say I'm good at drinking, but that isn't as... Well, here I am. I'm advertising for them, and then I'm going to say it's actually not as enjoyable as I was expecting it to be.
I feel like that actually sucked.
I've been watching the new John Wayne Gacy. They have a new documentary series, and then there's the new scripted one.
Oh, okay, uh-huh. Which one did you watch?
So I watched the scripted one, and then I started watching the series, which the series does a really good job with the true story, and then the documentary does a really in-depth job with just everything that actually did happen.
Okay.
Like, they do a good job of showing what is different to keep it Hollywood, but
yeah,
they just did a good job. The guy who played as Gacy was the brother-in-law from Severance, so I was already familiar with him. It's on Peacock, and Peacock, I do not pay for the ad-free version.
Oh.
And they, during the time of this documentary coming out, were pushing the shit out of Buzzballs because they have, I don't know if you've seen the ads with Lil Dickey.
Wait a minute. Actually, yes. I've been seeing Little Dickey on those ads.
Yeah, they've been pushing it like crazy. And for some reason, the ads are only for the purple one, which is odd. But they also come out with these new ones that are called, there's Buzzballs, and then there's the big ones that are called like Big Buzzballs, Big Balls. I don't remember what they were called. Large balls.
Wow.
I don't remember. Here, I'll Google it.
A lot of ball talk.
I almost bought one, but I was like, I don't want a big amount
Too
of
big.
Buzzball. Oh, they're called Buzzballs Biggies. Oh, they're ready to drink cocktails. They're a handle. I don't want a handle of them.
A handle?
Yeah, it's just a big old ball.
Holy shit.
So in the ads, one thing that really caught my attention is I'm an audio geek.
Uh-huh.
And these ads for Lil Dickey doing Buzzballs, it's him doing like an 80s workout aerobics video, and it's playing like very electronic drum beat 80s music. And it's like, introducing Buzzballs. Boom, 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 boom. And the girls are all working out. They're all like lifting these big Buzzballs. But every time he says something, they purposely do his voiceovers Like the room is not treated. You can hear it echoing off the shitty walls. And it's just all because they're trying to make it sound low quality on purpose. So to me, I was like, ooh, that's a good audio touch. Like you guys went out of your way to make the audio bad, but like, in a fun way. So that caught my attention so much that every time I saw that damn ad, I was like, little Dickey, I'm going to get your buzzball.
I have to say, just taking that one large sip, I already feel it. I'm a lightweight though, and like alcohol it affects me like immediately these days. But if you want to get lit quick, get yourself a buzzball.
And they're cheap. I don't know if you've seen the ads though. At the end, they make a lot of joke about balls, like something by the balls and whatnot. But at the end, he's usually in like a plank and he just looks up and goes, "Oh yeah." It always ends with him just doing that with that weird bad audio in a room, and it just always sticks with me. And I think, well, just because of your ad, I'm actually just buying this mainly because I enjoyed the ad so much.
Wow. Marketing does work, people.
Yeah. And now I'm finishing this buzzball for the rest of this episode
Wow.
for Florida.
You're going to be hammered. Those buzzballs are no joke. The last time I drank a full buzzball was for my grandpa's 80th birthday. And I got so lit. My cousins and I snuck them in the bathroom. And before we went out and did a creative rap that we created for him using, the Go Shawty, It's Your Birthday, 50 Cent. We were using that track, and oh my God, I was so hammered.
Was that song chosen because it was what you wanted to sing, or did your grandpa really want to hear 50 Cent?
No. He probably wanted nothing to do with what we were putting down, but he accepted it and laughed.
Good.
But anyway, buzzballs for everyone.
Buzzballs.
I also have a dreadful dilemma that's recent that somewhat has to do with alcohol too, which is kind of funny.
Did you bring a drink in that big dumb cup?
Here it is. No. I actually just went to my work yearly employee appreciation party. It was really fun. A beautiful space, really nice views, good food, great music.
You borrowed my wife's dress and you looked lovely in
I
it.
did. She let me borrow the dress that she changed into after her wedding dress, wasn't it? Like the day of.
Yeah, we have wedding photos in that dress.
Yes, it's a beautiful, beautiful dress. There was even like a caricature artist that drew my husband and I like we were fashion models.
Yeah, the style was really cool. It's unique. It's different, but it's cool.
It's really cool. All of this to say, I had a great time. It was lovely, but there was an open bar. I don't drink that much anymore, but Mama was out on the town, so I clearly did.
Get yours, Mama, especially if it's free.
It's free. It's a party, and we were 28 floors up. I mean, let's go.
Yeah.
I had a few glasses of Riesling wine, and we stayed out super much later than Mom and Dad normally do, let me just say. I made Jordan stay up with me and watch a show that I'm going to give a shout out to later. I don't want to give a spoiler right now. And we just stayed up really late, and I slept in my makeup that I had put on for the event. This is the dreadful part. The event was lovely. There was nothing dreadful about that. The dreadful part, though, was that after all the glasses of wine and staying up late and being super tired, I passed out in my makeup, and now my forehead is breaking out like I'm 13 years old again.
Oh, okay. I wondered if this was going the acne direction.
Yes, I have forehead acne like nobody's business right now. That's like always been my problem area. Usually, though, I mean, I haven't had it this bad since I was a preteen. Like, what the hell is happening? Do not sleep in your event makeup.
I would actually be more embarrassed of your 5 head, but if you want to go with that. But no, I'm actually looking at your forehead, and I'm like trying to look, and I don't see it from here anyway.
Well, I have makeup covering it right now in this current moment, Trevin, but it's there. Oh, it's there. And I don't get like huge pimples. It's like just a plethora of little goblins. And it's
is that really... how you talk to them? Like, good morning, little goblins.
Oh, goblins, what have you done?
Doing your weird Joanna.
Yeah, throwing it back to weird Joanna. But anyways, yeah, guys, when they tell you to wash your face before you go to bed, they were serious because I am proof of it. And this is what happens, okay?
That would be really annoying to have to think about before going to bed. I mean, it's bad enough thinking about contacts.
Yeah.
If you're drinking and stuff, too.
You got to brush your teeth. You got to pee. You got to take out contacts if you wear them. You have to set an alarm. You have to charge your phone. If you have dogs, you have to let them out. If you have a cat, you got to pat them on the butt. And like, there's just so many other things. Then you're telling me I have to fucking wash my face?
It's already too many things.
Like, I'm so sorry, but no. So something we do that's a little extra, something new for the month of Florida February, as we call it, is we do a Fast Florida, where we share one headline each episode that maybe it couldn't have quite made it into like a big full story like we write out, but the headline was enough that we wanted to share it. Gives you guys an extra Florida crime, just something new. So, Trevin, you're going to be sharing one this week.
Hell yeah. I've got a Fast Florida for you from 2022.
Oh.
And I thought about doing this as a story, but it's just more ridiculous just to say it.
Yeah, okay, just say it.
Coming from CBS News, Florida traveler stuffed gun into a raw chicken and tried to bring it on a plane, TSA says. A prospective air traveler was roasted by the Transportation Security Administration on social media on Monday after officers with the federal agency said it caught the person trying to conceal a gun inside a raw chicken stashed in their carry-on luggage. The weapon was flagged by TSA at Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood International Airport in Florida, where officers found it wrapped in what looked like thin paper packaging and inside it, a raw chicken. A post shared to the official TSA Instagram account on Monday included photos of the uncooked bird being examined in an airport security screening area and the gun once it was removed and unwrapped. Its caption leaned heavily into Thanksgiving-themed puns, starting with, "There's a personal foul here."
Okay, guys, enough.
Quote, "The plot chickens as we barrel our way closer to Thanksgiving," a TSA spokesperson wrote. "For us, it's time to be thankful that our officers are always working around the clock to keep you safe.
Stop the madness. They sound like us. I can't.
Take, for instance, this. Can you believe it? Found at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport." Oh my God, there's more. "We hate to beak it to you here, but stuffing a firearm in your holiday bird for travel is just a waste of time. This idea wasn't even half-baked. It was raw, greasy, and obviously unsupervised. The only roast happening here is this poor packing choice." The caption continued, adding, "Feather you like it or not, there are rules for traveling with guns and ammunition."
No, okay, guys, I have to put a big pause to that.
I'm so glad I didn't even read that whole article.
Oh my God. Officer Tryhard, is that you?
But like a silly one.
No, you can't put that many puns into one post. They should have kept it at one, and then that would have been way funnier.
It's like having a group of friends all wear fedoras.
Yeah. It's exactly that, Trevin.
Yeah.
Just one guy needs to wear one. It's fine. That is honestly crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you can't take a gun or a raw chicken on your plane, let alone putting them together.
If I was trying to conceal a gun, which I don't know how I would even try it, but I just don't see why a raw chicken would be the thing that would somehow make it impervious to being caught by TSA.
I mean, don't you think that if just the raw chicken went through TSA, they would probably stop you anyways?
Yeah, like I was thinking any large amount of food or like large amount of liquid, I would just think a big old raw hunk of meat would get flagged.
I would think so. Wow. Thank you for that, Fast Florida. Blew me away. I'm not going to make a bird pun because that has been long overdone.
Yeah. I guess they said that there was also a chainsaw somebody tried to push through, and in Houston, they found what they called the meth burrito.
So what? Was it a Taco Bell burrito with meth inside?
Maybe
TBD.
Continued?
Taco Bell continued.
Yeah.
Wow, that was great.
I can't believe it doesn't say who did it or... Yeah, I mean, obviously they got caught, but they're just not putting their name out, I suppose. Wow, yeah, but so many puns on that one.
Today, we are going to be sharing a killer fact.
Hello? We've traced the facts. They're coming from inside the house.
Killer facts.
And I'm going first this week.
You are. And are you gracing us with a Florida fact this week?
I am. So today, I am going to tell you all about the world's smallest police station.
Oh, how cute.
Isn't that cute? And not only does it tie into our Florida February, but it really just ties into our show in general.
So if it's Florida and it's this world's smallest, is it a mobile home?
No, it's actually smaller than that.
Oh, I'm intrigued.
Yes. So the world's smallest police station is in Carrabelle, Florida, which I find the name Carrabelle to be very cute.
Makes me think of the Disney cow, Clarabelle.
Yes, maybe that's why I love it so much. It is now a quirky roadside attraction that people can actually go and take pictures in and things like this. Kind of used as like a photo op, if you will, now. But it was originally a phone box that was built in 1963. Just to clarify too, Carrabelle is a pretty small town in Florida. It said in 2025, it was estimated that they had just a little over 2,500 people in the whole town, which honestly is bigger than the town I grew up in. But
yeah, bigger than the one I grew up in, and also probably too big for a police station of this size.
yes. And before I go any further too, I just want to show you a picture because it's less of a police station and more of like a phone booth size.
Yeah, when you said phone box or whatever you'd said, I thought this isn't right. There's not even a working toilet here.
No working toilet.
Or at least no privacy if there is.
No privacy, just go behind the palm tree. It was built back in the day, like I said. However, it quickly became a problem because if there weren't officers posted up in this phone booth, basically, people were making unauthorized long-distance phone calls.
It's like people going up to the little extra checkouts at Walmart and like getting on the intercom and stuff. It's like, damn it, why do we have this out where the people are?
Yes, exactly. So it was a huge problem. And apparently over the many years that it was around, I just want to talk about a few of the things that it went through. Vandals have ripped out the phones. There have been guns shot through the glass, breaking it. It's been knocked over by a pickup truck. A tourist once asked a gas station attendant to help him load it into his vehicle to take it back to Tennessee.
Awesome, petty.
And it was damaged by Hurricane Kate. So this poor little world's smallest police station has really been through a lot. It doesn't have a working phone in it anymore. It's been relocated a couple times. But it's just so damn cute. And now it's like a thing you can take photos in. And I'm just obsessed.
It makes me think of those little library things where they put the books for people.
Yeah.
Surprised they didn't just make that a book thing, but it's probably a great photo op too.
It is. And it says like world's smallest police station on it. It is kind of interesting though, because if you just look up world's smallest police station, it has a 4.6 review on Google. So I'm curious why people have found such a problem.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it could have been a 4.9, a 4.6. Something had to have gone wrong.
I've seen smaller. What's the problem? Terrible service. I called them and they didn't help me. I went here for help and nobody was there. I mean, that would be really disappointing if you were like nearest police station and you just ran to an empty little box.
Honestly, that's probably what it is.
Wasted emergency.
God. Oh my God.
A great Florida find. And I also have a killer fact that has to do with a Florida location as well.
Ooh, okay.
I want to tell you about a city called Quincy, Florida. I found this somewhere else. I can't even remember where, but then good old Atlas Obscura talked about it.
Ooh, love Atlas Obscura.
And I just know it's going to be good quality if it comes from them.
Absolutely.
But coming from Atlas Obscura, the town of Coca-Cola millionaires. You ever heard of this?
No.
How Quincy, Florida became the richest town per capita due to one man's shrewd business acumen and taste for fizzy drinks.
Okay.
In the midst of the Great Depression of the 20s and 30s, a banker named Pat Munroe noticed that people were using their very last nickels to buy a bottle of Coca-Cola. At the time, Coca-Cola Company was trading for less than cash in the bank, and shares were remarkably cheap. Not only did Munroe invest in multiple Coca-Cola shares himself, he urged many of his Quincy, Florida neighbors to do so. He was a trusted banker, and many of them followed his advice. Munroe's observation paid off. The Coke shares, along with his ability to convince others to keep investing, even when the market was down, was what saved the town of Quincy from the worst of the Great Depression. I also did this because it's a nice story for a change.
Right. We'll give Florida its due.
Yeah, Florida. You did something right once.
Yeah.
The farming town was able to keep afloat during hard times with its Coca-Cola dividends. These dividends have also reportedly saved the town every recession since.
Wow.
In addition, it brought wealth to the town. Quincy became the single richest town per capita in the entire United States, and at least 67 of its inhabitants were dubbed Coca-Cola millionaires.
Whoa.
They amassed huge fortunes from their early shares, which they passed down through the generations of families. Today, Quincy is a quiet town with a population of less than 7,000, but look carefully and you'll find signs of the huge Coca-Cola legacy on the little town, such as at the bank, and you might even see the grandchildren of Coca-Cola millionaires that continue to live there.
Okay, that is so cool. In today's age, whenever I hear that someone's a billionaire or a multimillionaire, I'm like, come on, give up some of your money. You don't need that much, like whatever. But one thing I do love about this story in particular is that this guy wasn't like, I'm just going to buy all the shares and buy up everything in the town. And he was like, I'm going to share the wealth. I'm going to share the knowledge with all my neighbors and friends. And then we're going to just turn this whole entire community into a rich bitch area. And that's pretty cool.
A rich bitch area. Yeah, that's really cool to do that because he's like, I got a hot tip. But at the same time, maybe if it wasn't the Great Depression, he would be able to go all in more. But he's just like, guys, I don't got it, but it would be cool if it worked for us.
Right.
That's cool to not only say you have a hot tip, but push people to do it. I think I read somewhere else in one of these other articles that he had offered people to like reimburse them in some way if it didn't work out. Like he was almost kind of trying to guarantee it to certain people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was really trying to get people to go.
I feel like nowadays I've heard way too many scam podcasts that are like, it was someone in their family that told them they were an investment banker and they got all their friends and family members into millions of dollars of debt. That now, if someone did that to me, I'd be like, hell no, I'm not going to invest. But it worked out for them. So I guess it still can happen.
Usually it's always people talking about like, oh, Macintosh and computer and stuff like that. But man, jumping in on Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
It does say that a single share bought in the 1930s would have been worth over $10 million with reinvested dividends by 2010.
Wow.
It was $19 a share at the time. So just think.
Damn. That's a big investment.
Yeah, so you took us to Florida last year, taking us to the psychic town, and now I've got this little secret Coca-Cola millionaire town.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Weird places all over Florida.
On February 13th, Crime 101 hits theaters.
What is it that you do?
I take high-value items and make them disappear.
So you're a thief.
This guy's a ghost. There's no DNA. He's in and out in seconds.
Your guy's untraceable.
Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Barry Keoghan, and Halle Berry. One crime connects them all.
We're good at this.
Yeah.
Crime 101, directed by Bart Layton. Rated R, under 17 on admitted without parent. Only in theaters February 13th.
Kids. They grow up so fast. One day they're taking their first steps. And the next, they don't fit into the tiny sneakers they took them in. You blink your eyes and their princess dress is 2 sizes too small, and their dinosaur backpack isn't cool anymore. But don't cry because they're growing up. Smile, because you can profit off of it. For real, there are a bunch of parents on Depop looking for the stuff your kid just grew out of. Download Depop to start selling.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Listening to this podcast? Smart move. Being financially savvy? Smart move. Another smart move? Having State Farm help you create a competitive price when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Well, we've made it to story time, which I am just so thrilled about because you guys, Wow, do I have a story for you this week?
Yeah, I heard that you feel some sort of way about this one.
I definitely do. Before I tell this story, I do want to give one of our listeners a shout out. Amy M. posted in our Facebook group about the show It's Florida Man.
I watched a little bit of one the other night.
Which one was it? Was it the first one?
No, Emily watched a few episodes and then like stopped in the middle of one. I just watched the rest of one. It was the one with the guy from Detroiters. They had to watch a guy cut his toes off.
Okay.
Which I thought, damn, that was a great story.
Yes, that was the third episode, which I've only watched up to that episode.
All right.
Okay, so I've only 3 episodes in. They're very short. Honestly, they're like 25 minutes. I'm like, I can handle this.
Yeah. Somebody had said it's like a Drunk History meets Florida Man. It's so true.
Yes, it's like Drunk History. They have the real people interviewing and telling you their perspective of the weird, bizarre situation. But then they have real funny ass actors and actresses like reenact the parts. And Trevin, the first episode had Simon Rex, who was the rapper in Scary Movie 3.
Yeah,
And the second episode had Anna Faris, who's in all the Scary Movies.
Oh, I love her.
You know I'm a huge, specifically Scary Movie 3 fan, so when I saw both of them...
Wow, Simon Rex, that's random.
So random and so perfect. So I just want to give her a shout out because she posted about it, and I already had 2 other Florida stories, like, I want to do this one, I want to do that one. I ended up pushing this one ahead because I was so inspired by the episode that Anna Faris was in.
Oh, so this is that episode.
Yes, but I wrote
Amanda's
it.
Vision.
And this is an interesting thing because not only did I watch the episode a few times because I had to, really get into this. There's a lot about this online too, like and in news articles, and I wanted to see what was fact. What did they zhuzh up for their movie version, right?
Right, because it's also from just like that person's perspective, so they don't probably care so much to do the true crime side of the facts, right?
Well, this one interviewed both sides of the crime.
Oh, okay, cool.
Also had a lawyer talk in it. You guys, it's a whole production, so... Anyway, I was very inspired by this. I feel like I did a good job of not just taking the jokes of this show. Like, I totally changed things, came up with my own version. So if you've seen the episode, by all means, still listen, because I found things that I was like, why didn't they put this in there? Or like,
okay,
this is my version, and it's good.
Yeah, you think you know it? Think again.
So here we go. There's something fishy about Florida. I'm not just talking about the state's close proximity to the ocean. Odd events continue to occur here without any real explanation as to why. The U.S. state of Florida is like the mysterious Bermuda Triangle, only it doesn't cause those that enter to vanish. Instead, it turns people absolutely batshit bonkers.
Dare me to stick this wrench in my ass?
Today's petty crime story has everything you would expect from a Florida fantasy, including mermaids, witchcraft, and a splash of nudity. So let's dive into the deep end of this unforgettable story that will leave you feeling sun-kissed and salty. Whitney Fair always loved being in the water ever since she could remember. Growing up in the state of Florida, she had many options for submerging herself into bodies of water. She swam in the ocean, lakes, pools, streams, marshes, and even swamps, which always led to a final night swim in her bubble bath. This love for swimming carried on into Whitney's adulthood. By the year 2017, she was in her 30s and finishing up her English degree and looking for a fun job to help pay the bills. A friend of Whitney's told her about a job listing for underwater mermaid performers at the Rec Bar in Fort Lauderdale. She immediately applied for the job and prepared for her interview. Whitney arrived early to her appointment at the bar with all of her mermaid necessities. Shell bra? Check. Mermaid tail? Check. Flowy soft wavy hair? Check. Canned tuna for an afternoon snack? Check. Regardless of how organized and prompt she was, nothing could have prepared Whitney for the rest of the mermaids lounging out by the bar's swimming pool. The aquatic goddesses shimmered beneath the midday sun. Their chests were barely covered with shell, pearl, or coconut bras, and their lower halves were accentuated with skin-tight scaled tails that flapped methodically and peacefully into the pool. Suddenly, Whitney's hair didn't feel as flowy. Her undersea outfit felt dull, and her cleavage, well, it fell flat. That is until a stunning, curvy, and gothic-styled mermaid swam over to Whitney and introduced herself.
Where are your manners, mermaids? Hello, my name is Mermaid Mia. I'm in charge of costumes, and I basically run things out here. Introduce yourself, ladies.
Hey, I'm Shelly. And I'm Smiley. Hello, I'm, Whitney.
Break a fin at your audition, Whitney.
Thanks, Mermaid Mia. Whitney swam, flipped, and charmed her way through the swimming portion, and impressed the bar owners with her love of the water during the interview. Water is my everything. She was hired the very same day and was excited to join such a mer-tastic crew. The rec bar was iconically designed to look like the inside of a large ship with massive underwater windows for the mermaids to perform in. All of the entertainers improvised their moves for each show. Some shows were family-friendly, while late-night acts turned into spicy underwater burlesque performances.
Show us your blowhole!
Whitney was a lovely mermaid, and her swimming skills proved that she could keep up with the other 20 and 30-year-old fish in the pond. It didn't take long for the other mermaids to add Whitney to their group chat, the Aquatic Cats. Immediately, her phone became flooded with messy mermaid messages, with Mermaid Mia leading the conversations.
Aloha, beaches! What's the gossip today at work?
Dumb King Tryhard made us swim late tonight.
Our tips were not worth it. I think I broke off one of my fins.
Ugh! Work sucks! They should let me run everything, starting off with firing some of those bottom feeders.
Ugh, that new girl Sandy, she's a fish out of water.
Yeah, I don't know how she got hired.
It's probably because of her large coconuts.
Whitney read the group chat messages with disgust. She wanted to be a part of a badass pack of goddess mermaids, not a group of gossiping clownfish. Although Whitney was aware that leaving the group chat could cause the other mermaids to act crabby, she simply couldn't stand for it any longer. She clicked the Leave Group Chat button and took a deep breath, reminding herself that she was above water and could finally breathe again. Back at work, she could tell the mean girl mermaids from the group chat had turned on her. She felt their resting beach faces judging her in and out of the water, and heard them whispering loudly about her. Only when they were above water, but it still hurt her feelings. Some time had passed, and Whitney had remained a mermaid at the wreck, even though a few aquatic cats continued to make her feel shell-conscious. When it was announced on August 25th of 2018 that it would be Mermaid Mia's last night performing in the tank, Whitney couldn't help but be relieved. The night was going swimmingly, and the martinis were flowing by the pool before showtime. As Whitney glided through the water, she overheard Mermaid Mia, Shelly, and Smiley talking about her while dipping their tails in the water nearby.
Whitney is such an asshole.
Whitney snapped her neck faster than a Florida snapping turtle and swam straight towards Mermaid Mia. I'm tired of hearing you yap, 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 yap.
Well, you hate everyone here.
I don't hate everyone here. I hate you, because you're a bitch.
That's it. You're done,
Mia said as she crossed her arms in front of her bedazzled chest. Well, why don't you lose a few pounds and then call me? All of the mermaids in the pool collectively gasped and clutched onto their fresh seawater pearls. Whitney knew she had taken the mer fight too far and regretted her cutting words immediately. Before she could react, Mermaid Mia started crying and left the pool. never to return again. It wasn't necessarily Mermaid Mia's choice not to come back to the underwater attraction. Although she was done with mermaiding, she still planned on working at the rec bar. Only, her plans were made for her after she was fired by upper management a few days after the poolside squabble. Whitney thought that this would be the end of her drama. However, to her horror, the minute she opened up TikTok, it was flooded with videos from Mia dissing and dishing on Whitney.
Hey guys, this video is part 13 of how I lost my mermaid job because of a drugged-out, fat-shaming, crazy-eyed felon.
Whitney's heart began racing as she skimmed through the sea of Mia's TikToks. She realized that the majority of her content was about her, and a complete lie. I'm not a felon. I was arrested when I was 18 for some seaweed, but that's not even on my record anymore. Plus, my eyes aren't crazy. That bitch! Whitney screamed at her phone before throwing it down on her bed. She wondered where Mia was getting her information and hoped that the online takedown was just a petty phase. Little did she know that this was only the beginning of a year-long social media battle that she wanted nothing to do with. Throughout that year, the ticked-off TikToks became an unfortunate and common occurrence in Whitney's life.
Hey guys, this video is part 369 of how I lost my mermaid job because of a fat-phobic stoner with crazy eyes and a criminal past.
Nevertheless, she found comfort in knowing that she no longer saw Mia on a regular basis and still had her safe space at home. That is, until November of 2019, when another merpal sent Whitney a disturbing screenshot of Mia and her husband Jeff standing in front of their new home with a sold sign. Whitney zoomed in on the screenshot, examining the familiar home and neighborhood. No, it can't be! Whitney panicked out loud as she ran to her closest window. She stood there, shell-shocked, looking out to witness her worst nightmare. Her next-door neighbor's driveway was filled with a large moving van. Stepping out of the van was a vintage-styled black stiletto, followed by the person wearing the gothic pumps. Whitney's new neighbor, Mia. It took some time for the shock to wear off and fear to creep in. Some of the other mermaids suggested to Whitney that it may just be a coincidence that her mortal enemy purchased the house next door, while others believed it was an intentional attack.
Oh, shell no! You better watch out for Hurricane Mia.
She is a relentless sea witch who holds grudges and casts spells on her enemies.
At first, Whitney thought the mermaids were exaggerating until she started discovering spell jars lining the fence dividing her and Mia's property line. Then, things intensified after Mia and Jeff spent multiple late nights outside in their backyard performing sacred rituals while naked.
Naked spells are so fun. Ball sacks, boobies, big ol' bums.
Things somehow got even more terrifying once Whitney found out what Mia's husband Jeff did for a profession. You can call me Lieutenant Jeff Mellies with the Broward Sheriff's Office by day and a stark naked practicing pagan by night. What happened next was a chain of events so petty and long, I'm going to speed through this next back and forth. Whitney put up security cameras around her property as Mia's threats of hexing and cursing only intensified online. Mia and Jeff despised Whitney's security cameras and wanted more privacy to do their rituals in the nude, causing Jeff to climb a ladder and place duct tape over one of Whitney's backyard cams. After Whitney reviewed footage of Deputy Mellies taping off her camera, she decided to hang a no trespassing sign on the side of her home pointed towards her guilty neighbors. On Thanksgiving 2020, Jeff was again caught on film using a rake to knock down Whitney's no trespassing sign. Whitney finally reported the police and filed a formal complaint towards Jeff. The Broward Police Department issued a verbal no trespass warning, meaning that if he came onto Whitney's property again, he could be criminally charged with trespassing. Whitney then decided to turn her home into an Airbnb and called her property Casa Zen. And on April 4th, 2021, she installed neon purple LED lights outside. As soon as Whitney flipped on the outdoor lighting, Mia and Jeff appeared at the end of her driveway, shouting insults and outrage. Get rid of these lights, you nefarious f***ing kid.
You f***ing dirty sullen c***. Oh, by the way, how was prison, Whitney? How many months did you go in prison, you piece of shit? I f***ing can't stand you. I hope you f***ing die.
Whitney again reported Mia and Jeff to the police and contacted a lawyer. The lawyer told her that the damages weren't sufficient enough to start a lawsuit for harassment or trespassing, but he did suggest she do some digging of her own. He told her to put in a public records request to find out all the searches done under her name. There had to be an explanation as to how Mia and Jeff knew about Whitney's previous expunged marijuana charge, and it sounded like it could have been researched illegally. Turns out it was. Lieutenant Jeff Mellies had illegally used his BSO computer to run Whitney's name on the driver and vehicle information database, a confidential state database accessible only by police and to other public officials. Not only did he look up her personal information, but every other mermaid that worked at the rec bar. The federal law forbids public officials from accessing driver's license information for anything but official purposes, and provides civil recourse to anyone whose information has been improperly accessed. It sounds super official, but ultimately, Jeff was put on a 5-day suspension without pay and continued to work as a cop. That is, until HBO's episode of It's Florida Man that featured Jeff and his wife Mia aired in October of 2024. After the episode aired, Jeff was the focus of an internal affairs investigation where they found that he violated multiple sheriff's office policies related to his appearance on the episode. One committee felt a 15-day unpaid suspension would suffice, while the executive command recommended he be terminated. Ultimately, it was Jeff that turned in his letter of resignation from the force. There is indeed something fishy about Florida. I'm not just talking about all the mermaid drama. The unrelenting dedication that Floridian criminals possess is equal parts exhausting and awe-inspiring. This scaly tale was truly one for the petty crime books. It is also a good reminder for us all that while mermaids are beautiful and mesmerizing creatures, you do not want to make them mad.
My damn. The spell about the butts and ball sacks just had me reaching for my buzzball.
I know, it's very fitting that with all this talk of ball sacks, you're drinking a buzzball. I feel like it was meant to be.
It really was.
There was so much information. I don't know if you realize that.
I like that there was a continuation past the HBO show.
Thank you, because I could have just stopped there and whatever, but I read articles before it came out. Mm-hmm. I watched the episode. I watched articles after the episode came out. And let me just say, if you've watched the episode and the part where they're doing the outside naked rituals, I mean, they were clowning on these people in the reenactment. They had the officer wearing a black leather thong with his badge on his crotch.
Yeah.
They had him like dancing and cutting off the heads of chickens in the backyard. And they went all out for these reenactments. When supposedly, yes, they did do naked rituals, but I don't think it was like that.
A boy can dream, I guess.
Apparently, they had issue because Jeff was actually interviewed too. It was Jeff interviewed, Mia interviewed, Whitney's interviewed in it, Whitney's lawyers interviewed in it. And they didn't like that he was talking about a case that he was charged in on an episode and still being an active officer. It just wasn't part of their rules, I guess. And he ultimately resigned because the upper management basically wanted him terminated. So he had to do that.
Imagine they're just like, dude, this is looking really bad. We're going to have to punish him. And they're like, oh my God, I guess, what do you think, 15 days paid?
I know. One of the committees was like 15 days unpaid ? And they were like, no, bitch, we want him gone.
Yeah.
So I found all of that to be kind of fascinating. I mean, after these true crime shows come out, even the silly ones, the more petty ones, it does genuinely impact people's like careers and lives sometimes.
Yeah.
And here I am again talking about him, but he's already fired. What else can happen? Not only is this bizarre as hell, right? We've got witchcraft, mermaids, a splash of nudity. We've got it all, plus a police officer who was like corrupt, but a weird neighbor dynamic that escalated from being coworkers to online rivals to bullying neighbors. Like, it just continued for years and years and years, and there was a lot to this.
And did she admit to purposely buying the house for that?
No.
Okay.
So she says it was a coincidence. Some of the other mermaids said maybe it was a coincidence. But Whitney and a few of the other mermaids was like, are you kidding me? There's absolutely no way. Like, after she was fired, she went on a year-long takedown online of like saying she was a felon, which she wasn't even a felon with the weed charge.
Yeah.
And that's what ultimately led her lawyer, because she kept bringing up, oh, you went to prison. And the lawyer's like, how does she know that?
That sounds like
if
such
that's expunged.
Yeah, such a movie twist. Like the bully keeps telling on themselves, and finally the twist is like, but how did you know that?
Exactly. It's like, just keep your damn mouth shut.
Yeah, like the twist was under your nose the whole time.
Yeah. He's like, no, look up to see if this guy was using his police shit. And that's not even the thing that the police department cared about.
Right.
They only gave him a 5-day suspension for that, which I'm like, that is illegal.
They were more mad about just like how they
were more
looked.
about how he looked, I think, and their rules about, don't go on press. But honestly, I think they were more upset because he kind of looked like a joke, which then made their police department look like a joke, and they can't be having that.
Yeah, especially when it's like, this is all the shit he did, and they were like, hey, 5 days is okay, right?
Yeah.
You know, we're always mad that cops who do bad things don't get punished too bad.
Yeah.
A lot of time it's like a week paid or a week unpaid, whatever.
Yeah.
I was thinking, do you think it's not because our society and government wants to protect police, but because he's not actually affecting profits? So they're like, we can't punish him too much. Because if I make a mistake that's like, oh, you cost us a lot of money by pushing that button wrong, they're not going to give me a week unpaid. Because profits are very important.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. They probably thought, hey, people aren't going to want to fund this police department with you out here in a G-string on its Florida man. Also, I must add, the rec bar is still open. It's in Fort Lauderdale. If any of you have been there, oh my God, tell me how it was. I've looked up a lot of pictures and obviously saw videos of the mermaids. And it was funny. On the It's Florida Man episode, a few of the real mermaids like did their interviews in their tail. They kept having Anna Faris just wearing her fucking shell bra and tail everywhere. It's just so goddamn funny. Oh my God.
I need to watch that episode. I love her.
It's so funny. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Hearing my story and then watching it, I think it would be a really funny experience for you. So
yeah, definitely.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'll start watching a little bit of it in my spare time. I know Emily kind of said, it's not for me so much, but what I saw seemed okay, so.
Oh, and now that I've done my story, I can say this is the show I made Jordan watch and stay up after my work party event as we were watching this. And I had already seen the Anna Faris one a couple times, but it was just as funny, again, watching him laugh at it.
I'm sure he enjoyed it, yeah. That's very his brand.
Picture chicken nuggets in your head. Okay, now forget them. Because Taco Bell's crispy chicken nuggets are here. And they're nothing like the nuggets you know. All white meat chicken, coated in tortilla chips for that signature Taco Bell crunch. A nugget like that calls for a sauce that can keep up. Introducing Hidden Valley Diablo Ranch. The iconic ranch you love, fired up with Taco Bell Diablo sauce. Bold meets bolder. Ranch meets Diablo, and it works. Crispy chicken nuggets from Taco Bell, a brand new classic. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only, while supplies last.
So this week, you've just heard this lovely Florida story from you, and I've got my first Florida story here. I don't think I have too much to say. We've been doing a lot of catching up and getting to know each other on a personal level over the last month or so, doing some behind the scenes. So I'll stop holding this up and let's get to another story. And here we go.
Wow.
It's my first story of 2026, the kickoff to Florida February. And do I have a surprise for you? Your patience has been rewarded, and effective immediately, you will all be required to return to work. But don't think about the comforts you're losing. Try to focus on the exciting new buzzwords you'll be adopting, like collaboration, culture, or extended absence for mental health concerns. Shareholders are getting antsy, and let's face it, breathing room looks a lot like laziness from a distance. When that pesky payroll starts eating into the 1%'s need for constant growth, they have to cut costs somewhere. And the most logical choice is to keep the economy moving by forcing the lower classes to outrun poverty in rush hour traffic.
It's like we're stressed out by design.
When the yous and me's of the world start feeling the squeeze, that's when they hire one of our own to translate the pressures. Paid to say the things they don't understand, named after the one thing they are not. Human resources. They're here to help you, as long as helping you doesn't hurt the company. To the lowest level, HR's protection, a suggestion box that bites. To the highest level, it's a firewall.
We heard your concerns about compensation, and we'll be introducing a new artificial sweetener in the break room.
And to the middle, it's enforcement. We've told stories like this before, about cops who confuse authority with immunity and learn too late who they actually work for. But the corporate world plays by a different set of rules. No badges, no sirens, just productivity huddle-ups, access permissions, and the quiet power to decide who belongs and who doesn't. And when the resource tasked with managing your company's humanity is located in Florida, any dream job is liable to become an HR nightmare. The dull hum of 9:30 a.m. undulated through the St. Petersburg office of 1-800-ACCOUNTANT. There were no conversations left to be had. Not enough time had passed since the last workday to make new memories. The morning pleasantries were over, and everyone was diving headfirst into the finances of any variety of companies. From their respective cubicles, each accountant swam through spreadsheets, going with the cash flow. As they scaled the columns of assets and liabilities, their general ledgers shined with pivot tables, conditionally formatted with one rule: keep it sexy. But beneath the silent celebration of accountants, disguised as the soul-crushing atmosphere of an office space, there was one employee left out of the fun. From behind one of the many identical wool partitions, mouse clicks, heavy keyboard taps, and digital notifications sounded. Exhausted groans soon followed, the kind just fishing for consolation. Unfortunately, the quiet frenzy happening all around kept anyone from acting on indirect cries.
69, just how I like it.
The woman making the noise moved her face uncomfortably close to her computer screen. On the window was a username, autumn@1800accountant.com, and below it, a password of stars. She clicked the little I symbol, revealing its true code. I love live laugh larceny, #1. She inspected each letter, making sure the only capital was the L, and that the capital I wasn't a lowercase l by accident. Making her password an extension of the podcast she loved most felt romantic at the time, but every login reminded her how impractical the choice really was. This time, however, the password was right. Autumn collapsed back into her worn chair, procrastinating her inevitable call to IT. She looked at her Cisco phone, wondering briefly if her favorite podcaster was staring at a Cisco phone at the same time. With a swig of coffee from the Stanley Cup she got as her raise for being promoted to middle manager, Autumn lifted the receiver and defeatedly pressed the IT button on her speed dial. Through long hold times, multiple requests to reset her computer, and an intermission for research, the IT employee finally had an answer.
It seems to be an access issue. The Jazz HR system has you listed as the lowest of the low job level. This wouldn't allow access into the building, let alone the portal for managers. Since access isn't my problem, I'm marking this task complete. Gold star for me. Thank you for calling IT.
Autumn wanted to walk her 1-800-ACCOUNTANT engraved Stanley Cup to the IT department and shove it in that employee's ass. But she knew that was no way to get her back online, and both options led to HR. After her last run-in with the branch's head of HR, Autumn chose to find answers elsewhere.
You've reached Amy Gaspari, Big Cheese, HR Director. How may I help you?
Hey, Amy. This is Autumn, one of the middle managers here at the Florida branch.
I figured this day would come. Let me grab the hostage negotiation handbook.
No, this isn't that kind of Florida call. I'm just having an access issue.
Oh, well, in that case, our St. Petersburg branch did get a new head of HR about 6 months ago. Have you had a chance to meet Medkin Kalange? I have her contact information here, or I could even introduce you through email.
Autumn thought back to the week before, the last time she spoke with Medkin. It was the end of a day-long misunderstanding. Autumn's morning cramps had caused her to turn down Medkin's chocolate scones.
Are you sure? This is my dead grandma's final recipe.
But later that afternoon, when Medkin saw Autumn eating a cosmic brownie at lunch, it was taken as the ultimate betrayal.
You fudged with the wrong HR woman.
That's not necessary. We've met. I just thought looking up your information would be easier.
Since we're already on the line, I might as well get you fixed up. Oh, my. Interesting. It seems your profile lists you as an employee level 2, but my HR notes say Autumn, middle manager. This will require investigation.
But I didn't get demoted, right? This is just an access issue?
In my line of work, I can't say one way or another. Imagine if I told you everything was fine, right before realizing I forgot to conduct your demotion interview. Continue performing the duties of a middle manager, and I'll circle back. But before you go, I do see a couple of complaints here about you mentioning a certain podcast.
I'm sorry if it's inappropriate. It just makes work easier.
Oh no! These complaints say you don't mention or promote the podcast enough at work. Strange thing for multiple people to agree on. Anyway, talk soon! Alright, Amy. Let's show them why you have the reserved parking spot.
Amy began her extensive HR inquiry by opening Autumn's profile history and reviewing recent changes. Her deep dive was brief. A level change had been logged just days earlier, made by the St. Petersburg head of HR, Medkin Kalange. Amy glanced at the file reserved specifically for complaints filed against Medkin, conveniently already on her desk. It never seemed to stay in the cabinet long before another complaint pulled it back out. There it sat, the thickness of a quarter-pounder, with the weight of about 3 full-pounders. Amy made a quiet, disapproving sound before drifting her gaze to the calendar. She was dangerously close to Medkin's 6-month employment mark as head of HR. The signs that Medkin was a bad hire had appeared almost immediately. Conversations with her were like a psychological test. The quality of her work was terrible. Everything, from the words she used to the way she cut her hair, had a tone. It was clear she was not giving human or resources. Unfortunately, any major disciplinary action this early would bring Amy's judgment into question, and it wasn't like she had seen her every day. Medkin was Florida's problem. After weeks of gathering corporate approvals, it was time to officially terminate Medkin's employment. Her walking papers were emailed to Autumn and another manager for delivery. But first, Amy had to conduct the final dismissal interview.
Hey, Amy. I'm glad you scheduled this meeting. I was actually hoping to reach out about an advance raise. The sustained high performance I've maintained in my short time here has more than earned me an increase in compensation. Actually, Medkin, I don't usually cut to the chase like this, but this meeting is about your future employment at 1-800-ACCOUNTANT. It's Medkin. I'm sorry, did I not say Medkin? Medkin. Medkin? Yep. I'm glad we cleared that up for both of us. Now, Miss Kalange, the reason for meeting is to discuss your employment. It's actually Kalongi. You're fired. I'm sorry if that came out abruptly, but you misspell your own name in emails. We are terminating you for failing to meet the requirements of your job. These accusations are heinous. You're going to be so embarrassed when you realize how wrong you are. We know you demoted Autumn in the Jazz HR system. I'm not saying I did it, but it's about time somebody stuck it to that chocolate-loving fuck.
Amy opened Microsoft Teams and sent Autumn a thumbs-up emoji, signaling delivery of the packet.
2 members of the St. Petersburg office will be bringing you a packet. Inside, you'll find documentation supporting our findings. Effective immediately, you are to gather your belongings and leave the premises. My card is attached if you have any questions about future pay or benefits.
Amy watched as the woman with the difficult name began to cry on the Zoom call. This packet's for you, Medkin.
It's mine!
Autumn handed over the sealed manila envelope, then awkwardly flounced behind the nearest wall, peeking around the corner. She watched as Medkin wiped her tears, straightened her suit jacket, fixed her face using her phone camera, checked to see if anyone was watching, and then sat back down and continued working. After an awkward pause, Autumn pulled out her phone and sent Amy a Teams message. She's still typing on her computer. Should we do something about this?
I'll remove her access. I've got to drop early. Tickets to a live reading of my favorite smut novelist's latest work. Have a great weekend.
Autumn watched Amy's status change from green to an empty gray circle. That felt like a full Friday for a middle manager. She grabbed her keys and headed out early, lunch bleeding comfortably into a half day.
Have a great weekend, creepy Gary.
Happy Monday, Autumn. I have to tell you about the live reading of Rigid Rainfall. I had no idea it could outwet the last one.
Amy, this is an emergency. The entire system is empty.
In 2019, Megan Kalange, a human resource director based in Tampa, Florida, was fired from her position at the St. Petersburg office of an online accounting firm, 1-800-Accountant. According to federal prosecutors, before security could escort her from the building, Kalange began deleting company records from her computer. Over the next 2 days, Kalange allegedly logged back into the company's applicant tracking system and deleted more than 17,000 job applications, resumes, and job postings, while also inserting profanities into the system. Court records state that Kalange retained, quote, super administrator access to the database after her termination due to an oversight by the company. The deletion rendered the system unusable for employees at the company's New York headquarters and elsewhere. Investigators later determined the data loss impaired access to protected computers in New York, even though the servers themselves were located in Virginia and California. The company spent more than $140,000 attempting to rebuild the system and was unable to fully recover the lost data. Kalange, 41, was charged with 2 counts of violating the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, including intentionally and recklessly causing damage to a protected computer. After a 6-day federal trial in New York, a jury found her guilty on both counts in August 2023. Kalange appealed her conviction, arguing that New York was an improper venue for the case. In July 2023, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit rejected the argument and unanimously affirmed her conviction. Kalange faced a potential maximum sentence of up to 15 years in federal prison. She was sentenced to time served and 3 years of supervised release, along with a fine of $34,800. So, who feels less safe at work after this one? Wait, you felt safe? We've tangled with bad cops and bad bosses, but rogue human resources? Is nothing sacred? It turns out petty intentions don't just break laws, they break systems. Whether that's the manufactured trust between employees and HR, or the HR systems themselves. If you're having problems at work, I hope it's not with HR. In a building that already treats you like an hourly appliance, burning the bridge to your only human resource is basically professional self-harm. And if your HR person is like Megan, I genuinely don't know what to tell you. Start a paper trail, switch departments, switch industries, grow a mustache. Because in the modern corporate landscape, designed for maximum employee helplessness, the only thing that can stop a bad HR administrator with access privileges is the law. Inside the office, they're God. They see all. They log everything. And when too much power lands in the wrong hands, your right to work is wrong. Your benefits become detriments, and your employee level is number 2. So log in, stack your lunch next to everyone else's, and get back to work.
Well, damn, Trevin.
Hey, yeah.
I want to get back to work. Okay, well, before we even talk about your crime, Connection, both of them were using online like security clearance accounts in a way that they shouldn't.
All I'm thinking is TikTok premiere, sorry.
The cop got on
and
researched all the mermaids' names, and your Medgin, which, wow, that is a crazy name, used it to delete everything and fill it with obscenities. But both of them used like very
unauthorized access.
Yes, unauthorized access, and they both got fired.
Wow.
There was a firing mermaid, there was a firing of the cop, there was a firing of the HR.
Whoa, those are good connections.
Anyway.
I was already thinking, I wish I would have finished the one that I was already working on, because that one would have really tied in with this one good too. But no, this was already a great tie-in as well.
I mean, it's a lot of corruption, unauthorized access, and firing.
Damn, I love that.
Yeah, what a freaking name. Medgin Kalange?
Yeah, so let me spell this for you guys. I made the jokes about this. I could not find a video of any recordings of anything to say her name out loud, but it's spelled MedghYne. I think it's like Megan, but with a D. I don't know. And then Kalange is Calonge.
Yeah, what a name.
What a name.
That was fun when I was able to be like, it's Medgine.
I love being able to write jokes in about people's real names. I guess I must have edited the joke out, but I had a joke in there that was like, they already were ready to fire her before 6 months in, and I was going to say, oh, I don't really do a good job of looking for Florida employees. I just pick whoever has the weirdest name. That was a joke I had in there at one point for Amy to say, but...
Yeah.
So what had happened with that other court thing? I don't know if I explained that super well in there. So she got arrested. They found out that she deleted all these files from Florida. So the home base of the company in New York sued her or whatever, took her to court. And then she argued and said, wait, you can't sue me in New York because the information that I deleted, you store in the Amazon data centers in like Nevada or something.
Nevada.
You can't sue me in New York if the stuff's in Nevada. And they're just like, we're the federal circuit court. And I'm like, we don't give a shit. Like, you're damaging computers.
Yeah.
So then she ended up just losing it and it just stuck anyway. But she actually tried to just like take it to a higher court because she just seems like one of those ladies who knows how to argue her way until people just kind of drop it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, just fighting it to that. I mean, we're talking computer system abuse. Like any click and enter is logged.
Yeah.
You know, it's ones and zeros. So
yeah, why are you trying to argue yourself out of this?
it's such a funny technicality to try to argue about.
That really is.
She lost $34,000 fine. The company, I think they said that they paid over $150,000 try to get their stuff back. The system costs less than that.
Oh, damn.
They end up like losing a lot of money in that whole deal. I don't know if 1-800-accountant's even working right now.
I
Who
know.
knows?
Yeah. Sorry, 1-800-accountants.
Yeah, I'm sure you were a great online source.
And shout out to accountants. My mother is an accountant.
Yeah, shout out. She's a great accountant.
And not all accountants are boring.
That's true.
You know, we all picture them just being like that, but they're really not. I've met a lot of them that are not, okay?
One thing about accountants and your mom that I always think about is way before I had found out that I had ADHD and I was trying to figure out like why I'm so specific about having certain things a certain way or having a consistency. I had told your mom, I was like, yeah, I just kind of have like certain clothes out and then like it's like, oh, that's my Thursday shirt, that's my Friday shirt. And I just kind of always have the same sets of outfits every week because it's work clothes. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And your mom was like, oh, same clothes on the certain days? Like, what are you, an accountant? And there for a while, I thought, I'm particular, like an accountant.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm a secret accountant. I just have ADHD, so maybe I have the natural skills to account.
Maybe so. Sign you up. Also, we have to give a shout out to Autumn.
Yes, thank you.
For signing up on our felon level on Patreon. If you do that, we do create a character for you in one of our petty crime stories, and you were in it.
Yeah, you got to be the main character. I thought this lady seems to be hard to deal with, and I didn't want to try to humanize her as the main character. I wanted her to be this like kind of villain that we were trying to avoid going to.
Yeah.
And so I thought, hey, Autumn should just be our main character.
Yeah, no, Autumn. I mean, you sounded the HR alarm bells. So
Indeed.
Thank you so much. But yeah, I'd say that's definitely our connection through and through.
Oh, yeah. Access, unsecure access.
Yes,
yeah,
unauthorized access and on all. But this was a great first week back.
Yeah.
Welcome to Florida February, you guys. I would say by the time this comes out, we probably already have all of our stuff chosen, so
I would say.
But like
listener stories, get them in.
Yeah, yes, send us your listener stories because we want to try and do one of those when we come out of Florida February. So I just hope that wherever you are, even if you are in Florida, that you're having the best week. And just remember, no matter the crime, big or small, in the end, we are all doomed.
Doomed to grab life by the Buzzballs.
Bye.
See ya.
All of you are welcome to sign up for our Patreon, even the Floridians out there.
And what weird commercial is stuck in your head recently? Find us on social media and tell us about it. Find us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, or Threads. Live, Laugh, Larceny.
What's the weirdest thing you ever smuggled inside a raw chicken? Let us know. livelaughlarceny@gmail.com.
And give our show the same rating you'd give Mia's Naked Rituals. 5 bouncing stars. Rate our show wherever you rate podcasts, Apple, Spotify, or Good Pods.
fucking dirty, swollen
Swollen, Jesus Christ. Swollen.
Swollen.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now, you call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose?
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.